Hey, kings, queens, and anything between. Wake to another. So one time for a good time. I got a story time about last night. I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know. A bitch almost got jumped or robbed. I'm not sure. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all, I'm just gonna get you straight into it. So, yesterday, I'm chilling at my house. I ain't really doing shit. Doing miscellaneous things like cleaning, whatever. And my friend was like, hey girl, you want to hang out today? She was like, I want to do some DoorDash. Like, I'm just bored and we can talk and listen to music and like do that and chill. I'm like, girl, you can take me anywhere. I'll be entertained. All right. So I said, give me 30 minutes. I get dressed. I take a shower, put my clothes on, put the good clothes on. Don't forget about that. And she picked me up. And we go out to do DoorDash, and everything's a little, slow, which is normal. It's not rush hour. It's not dinner time yet. It's not lunchtime yet. So we're just getting like little miscellaneous batches. And then we get like this good batch where it's like $20 for 2 orders. Now, when I saw this order, I knew something was wrong with it because it was only showing the first order's delivery. Okay. And she was like, what you think? Like, should we take it? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, don't you take that motherfucking order. But me being a supportive friend, I'm like, girl, get your money, bitch. Like, go do what you want to do. So she take the order. And the order was to Little Caesars and to Applebee's. I'm like, first of all, these are 2 different restaurants on 2 different demographics, but let me mind my business. So we go to Little Caesars, we pick up the pizza and the breadsticks and the soda they order, smooth. We head to Applebee's. Applebee's is a little busy now. It was Saturday night. Everybody and their auntie was out, so Applebee's was a little bit more busy. And she goes in and, I'm listening to my music. I'm jamming. I'm, living my best life. I realize like a good 12 songs has passed by now. And I'm like, this bitch is still in there. So I text. I'm like, girl, what happened? Like, what's the hold up? You good? And she like, the order ain't even done. Like, I'm sitting here waiting. The manager's yelling at the employees, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, I'm like, all right, okay, girl, just, get the order, come back out here, calm down, don't stress. So she get the order finally after a 15-minute wait, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. She come in the car, and so, she's ranting, about the situation, which she was justified. The manager was rude, it shouldn't have been that long, et cetera, et cetera. And now we go off to the first delivery where we're ordering the Little Caesar pizza. Smooth delivery. We drop it off. The customers are nice. The neighborhood is nice. The weather's nice. Okay. Everything is nice. Even the sun was shining brighter at this time. Okay. We get back in the car. I feel like the whole universe shifted. I don't know what it was. But when we saw where we were going, when I looked at her, she looked at me, I looked at God. I said, I knew we shouldn't take this order. Now, let's not get it twisted. I don't judge not one person in this motherfucking world. But where this order was going, I'm talking about we was going to the hood. To the hood. I'm talking about shoot them up at any time. Blow your motherfucking head off because you smiled the wrong way. Hood. I'm talking about I only been to this hood once in every 3 lifetimes. And that once was last night, bitch. I said, girl, do you know where the fuck we going? She said, yup. I know exactly where we going. I said, listen. Before you even start this car to go that way, I'm going to need you to drop their order off, take that picture, hop back in this car and drive the fuck off. We going to treat this like it's Fast and Furious, bitch. Like you got money on the line. I'm not playing with you. This is a dangerous ass motherfucking place. Get in this car and go. If you talk to anybody, let it only be the customer and the customer only. And she like, girl, I already know. And so we driving over there, and when I say it felt like the sun disappeared, it felt like all the traffic lights were working finally, like every light was green. The grass started turning darker. It was almost as if we was going into a trap. And we listening to The Weeknd, still, we talking, chilling, vibing. And I said, girl, don't even take this the wrong way, but like, and it's not you. I said, but every time we hang out, I always have the need to put my running shoes on. And she looked at me and was like, bitch, you a damn fool. I said, nah. I said, and it's not you. I said, niggas is crazy nowadays. Like, people will shoot up a place for no fucking reason. Like, things pop off. And I said, every time I come out with you, I always put my running shoes on. And this is exactly why I put my running shoes on. Because I subconsciously knew we was about to go to shoot a nigga up street. And she was like, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you know anything about my friend, she, it is summertime. It's nice out now. Everybody's swimming. It's hot as shit out. So, she likes to wear slides, sandals, not running entire. I said, honey, listen, I don't care if it's 158 degrees out this bitch. You better put some good shoes on in case something pop off. Like, that's just how I am. You look on the news all the fucking time. Somebody done got stabbed. Somebody done got robbed. Some shit done popped off. An explosion done happened here. This person done got hit by this person. I said, I don't got time for that. When I'm out in these streets, I'm on my A game. Like, so, and that acquires me putting on some good shoes that is going to make sure they're going to stay on my feet as I'm taking this 100-yard dash. And so I had to tell her that. I'm like, girl, You don't got no attire. You got the skin showing. I said, bitch, let me tell you something. If something happened, this is on you. Okay? I love you, bitch, but it's on you. So, now we're maybe like 4 minutes away from the drop. When I tell you my heart is scared, we done turned off the music by now. Because now we trying to listen. We trying to see. We trying to look at everything. My friend, just to put into perspective, she has a nice car. She has a 2021 car. It's very nice, very upgraded. Usually when cars like this roll into a situation like this, somebody rolling up on your ass. I've seen it before. I'll see it again. So I told her, I'm like, girl, you got a nice car. Like this, like they'll fuck around and steal your transmission out here in this bitch and not even care. Like, we need to hurry up. So now the GPS is like, you are 600 feet away. And now I'm trying to look for the house before the GPS even let us know, because I'm trying to assess the situation. So we pull into like this cul-de-sac type shit. And I knew all hell was about to break loose. Because in the middle of the street, I don't know how old this girl was. She looked like she was 14. Okay. Beautiful black girl. She looked like she was 14, standing dead in the middle of the street, holding a baby. I'm like, okay, that's red flag right there. But let me calm down. And so then me and my friend started talking about the girl. It's like, do you think this is her child, or do you think this is like a sibling? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of made me hurt seeing a baby holding a baby. You know what I'm saying? Just having the thought that could be her baby and her being so small. But, I just kind of pushed out my mind and was like, okay, this could be a sibling that she's holding. But she in the dead middle of the street. And she locked eyes with us. She locked eyes with me. She locked eyes with my friend. And she moves to the side as we try to pass her. We get to the destination. My friend puts the car in park, turns on the hazard lights. She gets out the car. The girl, the 14-year-old girl, she approached my friend. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. She says, oh, I like your car. And my friend's like, oh, thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. My friend, she grabs the food. She walks to the person's house, drops the food off, takes a picture. I look back, I notice the little bitch is gone. I'm talking about out of sight. Nowhere to be seen. She was just here 0.2 seconds ago and she disappeared. So now my anxiety is kicking in and I'm looking at my friend walking back to the car, looking down, and I'm like, bitch, get in the fucking car. Like, where the fuck did this little hoe go? Like, get in the car. So she get in the car and I'm like, where did that little girl go? And so she started looking around and she was like, bitch, where the fuck did that little girl go? And I said, that's what the fuck I'm saying. I said, bitch, this is a setup. Right as I said that shit, in the house across the street, I kid you not, 500 niggas come running out. And I said, bitch, go! I said, you need to get the fuck out of here right now. I said, why is it that this little bitch leaves, disappears after saying something about your car, and then 500 niggas come running out looking like they strapped with guns and shit? I said, you need to go. She put that bitch in drive, ho, reverse that shit, spin the block. I said, oh, hell nah. I said, I told you I do not like coming in this motherfucking area. Now, don't get me twisted. I don't judge nobody, because y'all could, I know it just be like, oh, these people just came out their house. But you had to been in the situation. You had what we would have called a decoy. A little girl holding a baby in the middle of the fucking street. She sees merchandise. That little girl says something about that merchandise, leaves, and then 500 niggas just want to walk out the fucking house. And you could tell that shit won't no family reunion, ho. Won't nobody there to eat. Won't nobody there to have a family gathering. These niggas was from the street. These niggas was ready to do a 25 to life the way they walked out of that goddamn house. I was scared for my motherfucker. Like, I said, bitch, you need to put this shit in reverse and go. I almost took over the wheel because she won't driving fast enough. I said, honey, I do not play about my safety. This neighborhood is already known for being motherfucking dangerous. It's already known for people getting shot for just smiling the wrong way. I'm not about to die over some fucking DoorDash food. Like, you need to go. And she's like, you fucking right, bitch. So I don't know what was about to go on. I don't know what was about to happen. But I know my ass was not there to see it. And I know I was not about to be caught up in that fucking situation where my ass was about to get blown the fuck out because I was at the wrong address. Hell no, that ain't me. So when we were driving off, I said, bitch, you need to take me back. I said, you need to take me home. Like, my ass was on 10, bitch. Like, my hands were shaking. I was nervous. Sweat was pouring down. I couldn't. So I don't know if it was a setup. I don't know if it was just a coincidence that 500 niggas wanted to walk out the house at that time and that girl disappeared and I was just overthinking shit. But I knew my ass wasn't going to stay there to figure out what was going to happen. And I knew my friend and I weren't about to get blasted. Hell no. And her car nice. I've seen people jack people for less. Okay? I've seen people jack hoes for a 2007. What the fuck you think they going to do to you for a 2021, bitch? Hell no. Let's get the fuck on. Let's get moving. I was about to... My ancestors were with me that night. That slave mentality, them running shoes, I was about to do a good 26 miles in 5 minutes. Don't play with me. I can run, ho. When it gets to situations like that where it depend on my life, I hope you know how to run just like me. Fuck the sandals, throw them bitches to the side and keep it pushing, keep it trucking, let them have the car. I'm out this hole. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to live to see the next day. I'm going to live to see the next year. Don't do that. I don't care what the situation is. I'm going to survive. You better enchant them ancestors inside of you and keep it pushing and keep on running for your motherfucking lives. If my ancestors could outrun a motherfucking horse and a goddamn dog, you can outrun some niggas. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play with my life, ma'am. Anyway, we made it out safe. We did a couple more dashes that day, and then she took my ass home because I was just on cloud nine. I was just like, whew, bitch, we almost died just then. She was like, yeah, we did. They really was about to try us. And I said, yeah, they was about to try you because I was about to be gone. I was about to be gone. They were gonna try you, bitch. Anyway, guys, that's my story time of how I almost got set up. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.